There are hundreds of thousands of products like this one right here that you can buy online for cheap and sell it on Amazon for a profit. The problem with making money on Amazon is that most beginners have no idea what the best way to find profitable items is, and they end up wasting a ton of their time and money. So in this video, you're going to get the entire step-by-step game plan for finding profitable products without needing a ton of money, special connections, or spending hours guessing if a product is going to be good or not. And when this video ends, you'll be fully prepared to find your first profitable item today. Got a lot of value to get into, so let's get into it. So for the brand new Amazon sellers watching, I've actually sold about $6 million worth of products exactly like this. You can see it's a name brand cosmetics product that other third-party sellers are having success on. You can see it's sold by this random third-party seller and ships from Amazon. So this third-party seller is using Amazon FBA to sell this product, and you can actually buy this product right now directly from the brand's website for 12 bucks. And as you'll learn in this video, there's almost always a way to make this number a little bit lower to boost those profits. In this case, all we need to do is go ahead and plug in our email and get a 20% coupon. So you can actually even get that cheaper than 12 bucks. But buying this for 12 bucks without any special coupons or anything like that, we're already making $4 in profit. And you can see on SellerAmp, this item sells about 300 times a month between all of the different colors on this listing. So on a very basic level, the best way to make money on Amazon as a beginner is to buy products directly from brands' websites or big retailers, ship those products in bulk to Amazon FBA, and then let them ship it to the customers as it sells. You can see that's exactly what this third-party seller here has done. And so we can actually use the work that this seller has already done to find a ton more winning products. So we're definitely going to dive in and source some profitable items together. But before we do that, I think it's really important that you understand how the fees on Amazon actually work. So what I can do is I can check out SellerAmp down here and I can open up all the different fees that I'm paying, just so you can see that all of the different costs are actually included before we start sourcing things together. On a typical product, you're going to pay Amazon a referral fee. That's basically the price we pay Amazon to find customers for us. We also pay Amazon to send the item to the customer for us. So in this case, that's about $3.70. And then I also include some extra costs in my SellerAmp so that I know I'm actually making profit. One of those being sales tax. I have it at about 5%, and then inbound shipping at about 60 cents per pound, which is typically what I pay through the partnered rates that we get using Boxum, which is the software you use kind of on the back end of your Amazon business, making shipments, all that kind of stuff. But for now, we don't need to worry about that. And we can actually use this one example to find a ton of other winning products. So let's just jump in and I'll show you how this works, right? Because the best way to find profitable items, especially when you're a new Amazon seller, instead of randomly clicking around, we can just go to successful Amazon sellers and see what they've already sourced for themselves, right? So for example, their favorite brand is this brand right here, this Maidenform. I think it's some bras and stuff like that. And as we're looking through the data on SellerAmp, I can see pretty much everything I need to know in order to figure out if I want to actually look into this item further. So for example, I have a lot of data here that shows me, number one, Amazon is on this listing, and the maximum price that I can pay for this product to actually make a profit that I'm happy with is about $10, right? So as I'm looking through Storefronts, I'm always looking for reasons to skip and go to the next product. That's a big thing you need to be thinking about, is how do I make products profitable using extra coupons and stuff like this? And then how do I get as good as possible at skipping past items that are not going to be interesting for my store? And that naturally makes it easier to get to those items that are good for your store. So for example, on this bra brand, I see a lot of these products that Amazon is dominating a lot of the sales on. Typically when Amazon is on a listing, they're going to be winning the vast majority of the sales. So I honestly don't know if I want to spend too much time looking through a lot of these products. It seems like Amazon has already capitalized on a lot of the opportunity. But let's check out a different brand. Cricut right here, we can see all of their most popular Cricut items. Generally, this list is going to be in order by how fast it sells. You can see like top ones up here, pretty good sales rank, 9,000 sales rank in arts and crafts, which is very solid. See, it sells about 300 times a month. But again, we have Amazon on this one. We would need to buy this for literally 67 cents to make a profit. So probably nothing too crazy there, but we can definitely check something like this out, right? Because I can see if we can buy this for $12, then that's going to be a profitable item. Let's see. It seems like this might be showing up at $13.49. Maybe we can get 20 bucks off there. I usually doing the email coupon codes when I can just plug in my email and I immediately get like a percentage code. So I'm not having to place a ton of different orders and get $20 off at a time and that kind of thing. It seems like in this case, our best coupon to make this a little bit cheaper is going to be theoretically like 15% if we buy these basically $115 at a time. We can also check, and basically every website I source from, you just go to the free extensions called Capital One Shopping, and it'll show me like a bunch of different coupon codes and that kind of stuff that are popping up. In this case, the only one I'm seeing is like a free shipping code. It does seem like basically $15 off 100 is going to be our best bet on that one. And for this, I'm not going to be super interested in this. We can see if it's profitable, but just because it doesn't sell super fast, it doesn't make me want to go through the effort of placing a lot of those smaller orders and stuff like that. Because this is $13.49. $129, and then we can subtract 15% off. So it would be a profitable item. Honestly, not a bad example, but I know we can find something a little bit better, right? I know we can find something that sells faster than this and something that makes us a little bit more profit with a little bit less effort, right? But if you're brand new to Amazon and you just want to test the concept and see what it looks like to sell an item, you could absolutely buy 5 units of this and make 20 bucks, learn what the process of selling on Amazon is like, and just don't be too picky with it early on, is what I would say. Let's keep going on here. So $2, $3. I don't see us being able to buy that for that price. This one though, if we buy this for 41 bucks, it's profitable. And typically I want to make at least 30 sales a month. This is at 25 though. If the profit's solid, I would maybe pick some of this up. And it very well could be, because I can see, yeah, this is actually in stock at 30 bucks right there. And let's see. Yeah, so our max cost is 41. So if we're buying this for $29.99, that's actually a pretty solid profit. So yeah, selling this for 100 bucks, buying it for 30. I probably would go ahead and pick up a few units of that. At least 5 units, maybe 10 units if you want to see how fast this product sells. A lot of times when you're new, I totally get it. If you don't have the confidence to go and buy like a whole bunch of something to stock up right away, you can definitely just buy a few units. In this case, that's definitely what I would do. Even if you only sell 4 units, that's 100 bucks in profit right there. So a couple decent examples so far. I bet we can find something nice and profitable though. One thing I always like to look out for though is like other brands that are sold at specific retailers. The reason for that is Vitacost, for example, is a very popular supplement website. And if they're selling this brand, the only place they could be sourcing it from is the Vitacost website, right? So it makes sourcing it just a lot easier since we're not having to guess where they bought it from. We know exactly where they bought it from. So let's just check a couple of these too and see if there's anything interesting, because we can get 25% off on these supplements. So this is $22.19. We need to buy it for $13.80. So I wonder if there's like a buy one get one free sale or something like that that made this item profitable. Let's see, 35 bucks on this. Yeah, a lot of these we are able to get 25% off. And then another thing to think about is on these like email sign up options, you can see this is actually a text sign up. If you want to get coupon codes, as many coupon codes as you want, they will need a new phone number to get a new coupon code. For example, you could just make a new phone number with Google Voice. That's completely free. Have them text that coupon there, and if you find several items, you could go through the effort of plugging in a Google Voice number to make 50, 100 bucks, 200 bucks to save a bunch of money. And the reason why I bring that up on this is specifically with Vitacost and a lot of websites like this, a lot of times these coupons will stack. Not 100% sure if this coupon will stack with the 20%, because that might actually make a couple of these profitable. So for the sake of time in this video, I'll let you do the experimenting on that at home. A couple of you guys are going to go through the effort and probably make some money off of that if you're actually going out and testing that. I'm going to check one more of these here. Let's see. Yeah, so this is 10 bucks. We need to buy it for 5 bucks. So you can see as we're going through, it's just figuring out, are these prices actually reasonable for the item that I want to sell? We can also just go check out like any of the other storefronts on this brand as well. For example, we checked through a lot of the products on this storefront, found a few winning products, and that means that the other seller on this listing is probably going to have some winning products as well. So any profitable product you've ever found is basically a sort of infinite lead generation flow as well, because all the other products that all the competition is selling is a potential opportunity. So for example, let's check out some of these brands are not open for brand new Amazon sellers. I know Yankee Candle is one, so I'm just going to make sure I'm only looking at things that I know you can actually source right now as well. And let's see if there's any money to be made here just for the sake of variety. So here's some room sprays or something like that. See, maybe $9 a bottle. We can always see if there is any kind of discount. In this case, I do think there is a discount. So 50% off for rewards members. Rewards programs are basically always free, and I've actually used the one at Yankee Candle to make some money. So that's good to know that a lot of products, or at least this one, is 50% off. So I definitely want to look more into this brand. Let's see, here's like a 3-pack. Is this the listing? So I bet this listing is probably being sold out by third-party sellers, right? Because you can see this is a $40 item on Amazon right now. If we can buy it for 11 bucks or so, we're nice and profitable. So right now it's not super interesting, but I definitely want to check out some of these other products, because let's see. Yeah, so this is 50% off. And the nice part is this one's actually in stock. Yeah, we could ship these to us for free, that kind of thing. All right, perfect. So these are like $3.75 a bottle. This one's going to be, I think, close to profitable, but I do think we're on the trail of something nice and profitable here. Let's just confirm that this isn't, because this is going to be $3.50 after that discount times 4. And yeah, you can see this is $3 profit. The ROI is a little bit low, 23% ROI. Usually I'm looking for at least like a 30% return on my investment. So let's keep checking some of these out here. This one does seem interesting though, because it is a 2-pack, but the cheapest offer is actually at 16 bucks. So we need to buy that really cheap. We might as well do some quick math here and see if it's profitable. The biggest thing with sourcing products as a new seller is just to always get curious, dive into those listings, that kind of thing. Yeah, we need to buy this for 5 bucks, and this is $7.50. I do think it seems like that 50% is on a lot of things, but that's not going to quite get us profitable enough there. So I'm going to start skimming to some things that I think have higher potential, like this right here, because you can see our max cost for a 2-pack is $8.74, and we know that we can get 2 of these for about $7.50 right now. Let's see. Yeah, so we've got that 50% off for rewards rewards members. So yeah, we are going to be able to flip this here. Let's see. Yeah, currently selling for $19.01. It's a 2-pack of these. And if we're buying this for $7.50, this is a nice $4 profit per unit, 55% ROI basically. Yeah, there's another profitable example. Let's see. The price on these has gone up a lot recently as well. You can see that orange price line going, it used to be like $25, now it's about $35. So these have gotten more popular for whatever reason. So let's go ahead and Google those there. These are $6. Yeah, we're also getting that 50% on there. So we're buying these for $3 each, 4-pack, max cost of $18. I don't even need to go into the cost calculator to know that's profitable, but let's see how profitable it is. Yeah, since we're getting those basically 50% off, we're getting them for $12. We're making $12 per sale on there. So all these products, when you're a new Amazon seller, you can, again, just buy 5, 10 units, test it out, see how fast it sells. Another way we could actually know exactly how fast it sells is to go down here on Keepa. This is the other software that you need in conjunction with SellerAmp. So I can go to offers and then include historical. And what this shows me is everyone's stock count and price over the entire history of this listing, which helps me figure out like how fast this item actually sells, right? Because if I go in here, I can see, hey, since July 30th, basically 29th, their price has been very high. And let's see. So on that same day, they had about 10 in stock. So number one, I can see proof that their stock count was decreasing during the time at which their price was very high. We want to be able to sell this item for. And I can see proof that, hey, they sold about 10 units of those during a week or so when the price was that high, right? So if you're a new Amazon seller trying to figure out how much to sell, you might go in and say, I'm just going to test 5 of this. But if we look at the offers tab, we can see this seller, they sold 10 of them in a week at a very high price. So to me, that gives me confidence to go and get 30, 40, maybe even 50 units of this 4-pack here and really be able to squeeze the opportunity that's in front of us. So that's a really good hack. That's something I wasn't using for a while. So I'd really recommend plugging that into your business. Just going to do a very quick skim here, see if we can find any other winners here. See, yeah, so it seems like we're starting to get to some stuff that's selling not quite as fast. It does look like this would be profitable though. Not the fastest seller in the world, but we already know we can get these for $7.50 for 2 of them. So that's probably another profitable product. Honestly, here within, I've been filming for 19 minutes. We found a crazy amount of profitable items within 19 minutes. And you can repeat this exact same process. And the best way for you to repeat this is just to go to any of the profitable listings we've already found in this video. And again, just start diving into the storefronts here, see what other successful Amazon sellers are already winning on. And it makes the process of learning what products you should even be looking into way simpler. And then as you're sourcing these profitable items, basically the other essential tool that you'll need for your business besides Keepa and SellerAmp for sourcing, that's where you'll go ahead and get plugged in with Boxum. This is the software that Amazon sellers use to track how much money they're making. It also helps you create FBA shipments, list inventory on Amazon, track analytics down to every single product you're selling, and really just make the process of scaling a lot simpler with restocking, making shipments a lot faster to create. And I also have some other very detailed videos on the channel. If you're at the stage you're ready to ship these products off and see how to actually sell them, you can definitely check out one of those videos as well. But since you watched all the way here, I'm going to give you a couple major hacks and action items. If you do all of these things, you will have a successful product by the end of the day. So number one, make sure you get Keepa and SellerAmp. That's how you source profitable inventory. Number two, go ahead and spend 5 to 10 minutes opening up homepages of just popular websites like Vitacost, Walgreens, Kohl's, Target. See what's on sale today. And the reason for that is when you're diving into these storefronts, when you understand a little bit about what's cheap today, it's going to make the sourcing process a lot simpler when you just specifically zero in on those brands and categories that you know are on sale, have a coupon, that kind of thing. And then your third action item is, I know the scary one, but you've got to place that order, right? The only way you're going to learn how to be a successful Amazon seller is becoming an Amazon seller. It's okay if the first product you buy doesn't make you $1 bajillion. You just got to buy something. You got to see what it's like to make a sale. Even if it's not insanely profitable, you learn so much just by simply doing. So I would really challenge you to spend even just 50 to 100 bucks on a profitable product today. And then your fourth action item is to make sure that the back end of your Amazon business is nice and prepared. That's where you go ahead and grab a 2-week free trial of Boxum. That way you can actually start listing, shipping all the inventory and making those sales, obviously. But I really appreciate you watching the full video. If you have any questions, comments, drop those down below. Always happy to chat with you guys down there. If you want to help me hit my goal of having 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, takes you 2 seconds. Just go ahead and click that little button down there and I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to dive into way more detail, I've actually made you a 4-hour completely free Amazon course here on YouTube. You can just click this video right here.